There was a city no army could conquer. With walls so high, they touched the sky, and yet, it fell without a single sword strike. It didn't fall by force. It fell when people obeyed the voice of God and shouted, long ago. After 40 years of wandering in the wilderness, the children of Israel stood on the edge of the promised land. They had crossed the Jordan River under the leadership of Joshua, the man God chose to lead after Moses. Their first challenge stood tall before them, Jericho, a strong, powerful city with thick, high walls. The people of Jericho were afraid, but they locked their gates and stayed hidden, trusting in their mighty defenses. But God had a plan. Before the battle began, Joshua secretly sent 2 spies from the camp at Shittim to check out the land, especially Jericho. The 2 spies entered the city and came to the house of a woman named Rahab, who lived in the wall of the city. She welcomed them in and gave them a place to stay. But someone in Jericho noticed strangers had arrived. Word spread to the king of Jericho, and he sent soldiers to Rahab's house, demanding she hand them over. Rahab quickly hid the spies on her roof under bundles of flax. She told the king's men, yes, the men were here, but they left before the gates closed. If you hurry, you might catch them. The soldiers rushed off, and the gates of Jericho were shut behind them. Then Rahab went to the spies and said, I know the Lord has given this land to you. We've heard how he dried up the Red Sea and how you defeated the kings of the Amorites. Everyone here is trembling with fear. Please, swear to me by your God that you'll show kindness to me and my family when you take this city. The spies agreed. Because you helped us, they said, tie this red cord in your window when we come. Bring your family into your house. As long as they stay inside, they'll be safe. That night, Rahab let them down through the window with a rope. The spies went into the hills and stayed there for 3 days until the soldiers gave up searching. Then they returned to Joshua and told him everything that happened. Joshua was ready, but God had different instructions, ones that didn't sound like a normal battle plan. The Lord said to Joshua, see, I have given Jericho into your hand, along with its king and its mighty men of war. You shall march around the city once each day for 6 days. 7 priests will carry 7 trumpets of ram's horns in front of the Ark of the Covenant. On the 7th day, march around the city 7 times, and the priests will blow the trumpets. When they blow a long blast and the people give a loud shout, the wall of the city will fall down flat. Joshua obeyed. He told the people what God had said. Early the next morning, the priests took the Ark of the Covenant, and the army began to march. The priests walked ahead, blowing their trumpets, but no one else made a sound. The people followed silently, walking once around the massive walls of Jericho, and then returning to camp. This continued for 6 days, marching in silence. Just 1 trip around the city each day. The people of Jericho watched from the walls. They must have wondered, what are these Israelites doing? Why don't they attack? But on the 7th day, everything changed. At dawn, the Israelites rose early. That day, they didn't march once. They marched 7 times around the city. Still, they said nothing. The priests continued blowing the trumpets as they circled Jericho again, and again, and again, until they completed the 7th round. Then, Joshua gave the command, shout, for the Lord has given you the city. The trumpets blasted louder, and the people of Israel raised their voices and shouted with all their strength. And suddenly, it happened. The mighty walls of Jericho, thick, strong, unshakable, began to crack. Dust and stones shook loose. The walls trembled, then crashed down into the earth, collapsing completely. The people rushed in and took the city, just as God had promised. They burned the city with fire, destroying everything inside it as an offering to the Lord. But Joshua had not forgotten Rahab. He sent the 2 spies to her house. They found Rahab, her parents, her brothers, and all her family waiting inside. They brought her out safely and gave her a place to live among the people of Israel. Rahab the harlot was saved, not just that day, but forever, because she believed in the God of Israel. That day, Jericho fell, not by swords, not by strength, but by faith and obedience. The Lord was with Joshua, and the people feared him, because God had shown his power again. And from that day forward, the name Jericho became a reminder. that nothing is too strong, no wall is too high, and no enemy is too great when God goes before his people.